We're back! We had an absolutely wild Martinsville. We were supposed to go live at 7. We're going live at 7:07 because we wanted Ryan to have a costume. He ended up with a flannel and a hat. Tegan's got that little mask down there. We'll have another person joining us just shortly. I am, of course, a Taco Bell hot sauce packet.
Somebody that gives you the shits.
You know it. I make you poop everywhere. Tegan, that mask is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
I've scared plenty of people with it. It's been worth $5.
You've scared people with more than the mask, though. With more than the mask, though. Excuse me.
Yeah. I tend to have that way with people.
Are you going with that the whole time?
I don't know. It's kind of fogging up my glasses, but I might.
You can take it off. I mean, it's fine. You do look a little.
Turn the lights back on.
I don't know if people can take you seriously when we're talking about.
Why don't you want to see me rage with this mask on?
It'd be interesting for sure.
Brad just texted said I look creepy.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
you.
I have to be the hot sauce, of course, because I am the hottest person in CFRL. If there was a best looking CFRL driver award, I think I'd win. I think people in the audience might agree. I think people in the audience definitely would agree, actually. But anyway, so the craziest move I have ever seen in NASCAR, Ross Chastain on the last lap goes from 10th to 5th from -2 below the cut line to +4 over it. What a move from Ross Chastain. He gets into the championship by wall riding turns 3 and 4 at Martinsville and setting the Cup Series track record with that move. It was incredible. It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. A really, really cool conclusion. Tegan's on the move. He's looking for, I think he's trying to readjust and get that mask off. But that was one of the craziest moves I've ever seen. It left me speechless. I couldn't believe it happened. Just going to say this, though. As cool of a move as it was, it's one of the greatest moments in NASCAR history. I mean, look how much media attention it's gotten. It's great for NASCAR. I don't think it can happen again. I think there needs to be a rule against it. There needs to be some kind of enforcement by NASCAR to say, all right, you can't do this. It was awesome because it was a clutch move. Ross Chastain outsmarted everybody in the field that day.
Don't take much.
What are our thoughts on the move, though? Ryan, Tegan, whoever wants to go first.
Ryan, I'll let you go first because I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I know Tegan's got a lot of choice. Tegan's got
a
lot of time to talk about this. You gotta do what you gotta do to get in, right? That was his only chance, and he.
Wait a minute, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan.
Uh-oh, breaking news.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And that's what Mike sounds like.
All right. I've got a special request for this. If I can make this Maddie's 2.5 dude segment for this one.
We can have a half dude.
All right.
We had 2.5 men.
Good show.
Good evening to everybody. How's it going?
Good evening, Matt. Who are your 2 dudes?
I'm going to first start off with Christopher Bell. When the pressure's on the line, this man rises to the top. This is his second time in back-to-back rounds doing what he did and clinching his spot into the next round. So that was impressive. My next dude is going to be Ross Chastain. While I do not advise of doing that move on an every week basis, that was something that I've obviously never seen before except for in a video game. And even in a video game, it doesn't necessarily work out like that. And my half dude is going to be Bubba Wallace, who was able to have a top 10 despite not much being talked about him. And it was his first race since his suspension. So that was good to see. So those are my 2.5 dudes.
Matt, welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
Great way to start. I mean, I knew whenever you get here, we'd hit the dudes.
Ooh, sexy.
Ryan, I did interrupt you. I'm sorry with Matt's intro.
Oh, I'm going to go grab my costume real quick since Mike's in a costume here.
I thought he was getting ready to say something else. When he went calm, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Hey, I won't be. He won't be the only one then.
See, Pharrell's about to get took off YouTube.
It's Checkered flag racing. Ryan, go on your. Yeah, we're gonna start an OnlyFans. I could probably. I'd get some subs, man. Ryan, keep going.
Subway, you fat ass.
But
I actually have one in the fridge.
no, Ross Chastain thought he needed to do what he needed to do, and of course, pursuing more of a heel persona around the garage too.
What?
A little bit.
Maybe in the garage. Not in the stands. Yeah.
Not in the fans, but in the garage.
The drivers thought it was awesome.
The fans thought it was awesome, but the people in the garage, his heel persona has grown because Larson has been quoted saying that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, but he did it. I can't take him seriously when he says that was embarrassing because he did the same thing trying to win the Southern 500. And I guarantee you he wouldn't have said I was embarrassed about how I won that race if he had a Southern 500 trophy.
I thought it wasn't the Southern 500 he tried. I thought it was the national race the day before. He tried that in.
No, it was against Denny.
Booga booga!
Oh my God! Ah! Holy shit!
Look at that beautiful jersey, by the way.
Oh my God! He's a spookster. Are you gonna say anything? Like,
I was about to say, can you talk in that damn thing?
Not at all.
It's also a gag.
oh, okay. I like that.
It's very warm in this mask.
Oh,
That's why I took mine off.
All right, Tegan. Floor is yours. Go.
Okay. Would we all be ejaculating and ovulating if that was done for a fucking championship in the championship race? I don't think we would. I don't think even Ross Chastain doing it would fucking please the fans, especially if we were talking about Chase Elliott being the victim here. That's just my opinion.
I mean, he was. Chase Elliott was a victim of this, and that's not.
Was he? He's still in the Final Four.
Owners championship. He's out.
Who gives a fuck's ass about an owners championship? It ain't all about. It's not about the owners. It's about the fucking driver. That driver, that owner's still getting something from that driver if he wins the championship. But what I'm saying is, if you don't like it for a championship race, you shouldn't like it for setting the championship race either. That's just my opinion. I thought it was stupid. It's a good fucking clip that we're going to see for the next 15 years. It's going to replace the fucking passing the grass and fucking Darrell Waltrip and Rusty Wallace going at it at the All-Star race. It's going to be one of those. I mean, I don't think it's going to put the sport back on another map. We got talked about for a whole 24 hours. I think we made nightly news or something. That's all we're going to do.
It was the number one play on SportsCenter's top 10 this morning.
Well, I mean, if I wall ride like a fucking video game, I'd make it that number one too. I mean, fuck. Hell, put me in a car. Hey, Tony, I can do that too. I've had practice with Spencer. Can I come race your car? I mean, fuck. Let's get real. I mean, I won't go as far as saying it's embarrassing, but it's not a good look. I don't like it. I'm fine with it, but it's happened. NASCAR needs to react and put a line in the dirt somewhere on when it's not okay.
I completely agree with you on that. I think it was an awesome moment. It was one of the coolest, most incredible NASCAR moments I've ever seen. It left me at the edge of my seat, and it's a moment that people are talking about on social media. But it's not going to be a moment people are talking about if it just happens over and over again now at Martinsville. And if the top
especially when
on the last lap,
30 drivers out there, it's going to be a fucking hot mess. And then it's going to be embarrassing because then we're going to make the fucking top 10 of SportsCenter for being fucking redneck stupid. So
yeah, that was a really risky idea when you've can you guys
take that off
legibly on this? Well, can you hear me?
Leave it on, Matt. I think it's sexy.
It's okay.
It's turning me on.
All right. I'll keep it on.
I'm joking.
I'm just kidding. I can't even talk. It's so warm in that mask. I was going to say that was a very risky move, obviously, for more than one reason. I think when you talk about this being the first season in the next-gen car and all of the accidents and everything that have already happened,
I was just going to mention that, yeah.
if that car does that and just turns left, he is wiping out and severely injuring a handful of people. And while everyone says that it was cool, I would throw out there, if you replace the driver with one in particular driver, and that driver's name is Bubba Wallace, and he does something like that,
it's a different fucking outcome.
I think it is a way different story.
I'm going to go further. If it wasn't Denny Hamlin that got eliminated, I think it would have been a different story.
I don't agree with that.
But I definitely think if that's Bubba Wallace who does something like that, and even say he doesn't even advance to the next round, like just say it was
just trying to win,
and he was trying to win, and he like passed that many people late, everyone would be calling that man a
for a suspension. They'd be like, let's suspend him again. Suspend him again. Suspend him again.
It's saying like Ross. Oh my God, what a great move by Ross! Which I'm saying, I think it was an incredible move. It was a great idea, and it got him into the Final Four. He did what he had to do. Respect to Ross Chastain for it. It was a great move. The internet would have said, look at the reaction of Ross Chastain. It's all over social media. It's an incredible move.
Yeah, I've actually stayed off of that reason.
If Bubba Wallace did it, it would be, by God, he needs to be disqualified. It don't take no talent to go up against the wall and gain 5 spots. That's what they'd say. I guarantee you they'd say that. Yeah. Don't take no talent to go up and ride the wall and gain 5 spots. I mean,
hey, don't forget to spit. Don't forget to spit in your tin can there.
Ding.
Yeah.
I am curious though if it was Chase being affected, like knocked out of the.
Chase got affected though.
But
not in that way.
Who cares? NASCAR fans don't care, but don't even know that their fucking Rick Hendrick's 5 car made it to the Owners' Championship, and they don't even know that Chase Elliott's Owner Championship got knocked. His spot got knocked out because of that move. If Chase Elliott would not have made that Final Four, they would not have been cheering his ass at the end of that race. They would have been booing his ass at the end of that race.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you. Nobody cares about the fucking Owners' Championship being affected. Shit, Chase Elliott's like, owner who? Fuck.
Well, Chase was pissed off after the race.
You can tell when Chase Elliott knows how to keep his mouth shut. You can look at Chase Elliott's face and know when he wasn't happy about something. He ran good during that race, majority of that race. I don't think he was pissed off because he didn't finish where he needed to finish. I think he was pissed off of what happened there at the end. He's just keeping his mouth shut because when you hear fucking the town of fucking Martinsville fucking cheering for that move, you're not going to – I mean, Denny Hamlin learned his lesson last year at the Martinsville when he dumped fucking Bowman. All the fucking Hendrick fans went against him.
Well,
they all fucking united.
If Chase Elliott said, "Yeah, I didn't think that was a great move," the crowd would have probably started booing Chastain.
I don't think so. I think they actually would have booed Chase, to be honest.
I don't think they would have booed Chase.
For 1 week only, I think they would have booed Chase.
I don't think Chase
1 week only
get booed there. That's just a.
Sal wants to know what you're wearing. Apparently, he didn't see it in the beginning.
Oh. Are you wearing Taco Bell hot sauce? Yes, sir. Too good not to be true, baby. Let me stand up in my chair real quick.
Oh, he falls on his ass.
Let's go.
Break your fucking both your thumbs, you little bitch, so you can't race next week.
Shut up. Ow.
Pull your skirt up.
Okay, so that was a fun conversation. Matt, did you have anything else to say about Ross?
I just thought that it would, if my big thing was obviously how unsafe it was a cool move. I wouldn't advise, like I said, during my 2.5 dude segment of doing that again, but I wonder what the reaction would have been if Bubba had done something like that. That's all. But
Sal's not stuttering right here. I agree. Larson says a lot and then he does the opposite a lot. But I'm not gonna go on Larson again. He hasn't done anything wrong lately, except be a hypocrite. But it's an embarrassing look for the sport when you say the N-word on iRacing too. So sorry, Kyle, but you did that. Anyway. I just one final thought on Ross Chastain. I do think it was a dangerous move. It was, it's a dangerous sport. I think that, very possible that somebody could have, because Ross Chastain was going 125 miles an hour doing that, right? And imagine he hit somebody in the rear end going that fast, that's going like 60 or 70.
If somebody saw him coming and decided to block it.
Yeah, and he just drills them in the rear end. That could easily be a concussion with this car. I mean, you see Tyler Reddick, he wasn't feeling well, and he got caught up in a stack up on a restart. I mean,
well, to be fair, I don't think he was feeling well before that either.
No, but I think that didn't help.
Made it worse, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely it was unsafe. It was very, very cool. It's going to be a moment that we see for years to come. It's going to be considered one of the
Especially
greatest
for advertising
moments
for
ever.
Martinsville.
Exactly. It's one of the coolest moments I've ever seen, but I think NASCAR needs to make a rule against it because I don't know if races should continue.
Well, don't fucking tell Larry McReynolds or Dave Moody that.
They're idiots if they think that
they're old fogies, and you can't tell me that Larry McReynolds wouldn't sit there and say that Dale Earnhardt wouldn't fucking enjoyed that move. I think a lot of older drivers back 20, 30 years ago, maybe I need to go back further, would have got out and whooped his fucking ass. I've been saying it for how long? This is our 15th week. How many times have I said somebody needs to deck his fucking face so that his eye will straighten out? It's going to happen eventually, and it may happen this weekend. Who the fuck knows? There's no way he's going to fit. Maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe his eye shifted and he didn't like it, and he hit the wall to kind of jank it back up. I don't know. Maybe I'm being mean. I'm probably going to be canceled now, but whatever.
Hey, man. Christopher Bell pulls another must-win situation out of his hat. He was in there at the Roval, came from out of nowhere, and won that race late. And he had 4 tires on the last restart of this race. He was leading before that, though. A lot of fortune from Denny Hamlin's bad pit crew, who we'll talk about a little bit. But what do we think about Christopher Bell? Another walk-off win, very, very clutch. Been the best JGR car probably all year, at least most consistent. I think Denny's been the fastest. Bell's been the most consistent. What do we think about Christopher Bell with another clutch win and being able to pull it off? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I think it was really, really impressive. Like, it's one thing to do it once in a pressure pack situation, but to do it 2 rounds in a row, and you have to do it in order to get yourself to the next round. Like, it wouldn't have done him no good if he finished second. So just to do that shows you the clutchness that he is, and makes you wonder how big of a threat he's going to be at Phoenix this weekend too.
Yeah, and you look at Phoenix, a similar track to what would we compare Phoenix closely to? New Hampshire, maybe?
Richmond,
New
more
Hampshire.
banking than both, for sure. It's kind of hard to compare it to
Richmond. Phoenix doesn't have more. I mean, maybe in 1 and 2.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm talking about.
In
3 and 4 now.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But you look at Richmond. Christopher Bell was pretty close to winning that, and New Hampshire he did win. So I think this is going to be a good track for Bell, and I think JGR, with all their attention towards one car, I mean, they probably were faster than the Hendrick cars, at the championship race last year. I'm not sure, that doesn't hold much standing here, but
is anybody else hearing
playing with something?
Yeah.
Somebody's mic's going.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Ron, did you hear anything? It might be yours.
It's Ryan's. It is definitely Ryan's. This guy comes back to the podcast and is now wreaking havoc.
It's Ryan. Unplug it and plug it back up, Dork.
It's
What?
Bluetooth, I think.
Or disconnect it and reconnect it.
Pull it out of your ear.
Did you try turning it off and on?
Put it back in your ear.
That's what she
I
said.
He's
can hear
muted. He muted himself.
That's what she said. Turn on closed caption so he can read
On
this.
a different ear.
Unmute yourself.
You're muted, Ryan. You muted yourself.
Well,
I don't hear
I took the mic out.
You're good. Here we are.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
switched to a different earbud.
Perfect.
That one was about to
Bell's
die.
pulling a Harvick in must-win situations. Yeah,
I was actually going to bring that up because now Bell becomes the second driver to do it twice. He just does his in the same year. So
Harvick did it 2014 Phoenix, sad day, and then
2015 Dover.
2015 Dover. Yep.
Yeah.
2014 Phoenix. What a sad day for me that was. Harvick winning that race.
You can blame
I was
Texas
actually
on
mad
that
at
one.
Harvick. I blame Ryan Newman.
I was about to say, you need to be more mad at Ryan Newman.
That's what I'm
bonsaiing it.
Yeah. That made me sad. Anyway, Tegan, Ryan, what are your thoughts on Bell pulling off that win?
If you just open up a dictionary and look at clutch, it's a space of Christopher Bell on it. I mean, to do it in the same year too, to clutch up and have to win, and a must-win situation. I mean, he's come through time and time again in the playoffs. He's been one of the more consistent playoff drivers. He's done, and unless he gets caught up in a mess. But when he's clean, he's somewhere in the top 10, and if his car's fast enough, he's always in the top 5. And did Denny's pit crew might have helped him due to the fact that the pit crew of Hamlin couldn't get anything done. It did definitely, but Bell also took advantage of a situation that allowed him to take the lead and run with it. So, I mean, Christopher Bell earned his spot into the Final Four.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say kudos to Christopher Bell. I mean, yeah.
Kudos from Tegan.
I think he had the second best car. Did I not text you? Did I not text you like when he started running up through the field that first run and saying that there's an actual chance that Denny Hamlin can point his way in and still have Bell win it and make it in at both of them with Chastain the way he was running? And it was going to work out that way until Chastain done what he did. So, yeah, Hamlin, his pit crew, they've been decent. I mean, not more than decent. They've been one of the best all year.
Kyle's pit crew. No, they haven't actually. They've been bad all year, and they switched with Kyle's, and they've been better. But...
Yeah. Well, they shot the bed in this one. I mean, this had to be their worst race, in my opinion, as a pit crew. And it didn't happen to the last two stops. So,
I mean, do you remember how many penalties Denny's had this year, though? That's been a storyline all year. Like, Denny's lost a lot.
How many of those are Denny Hamlin's, though?
There's not as – I mean, there's a couple.
Not as many as it used to be with Denny. Denny used to be bad for doing it to himself. But his pit crew, I don't know if it's before or after the switch, but, yeah, they were pretty bad at doing stupid shit.
And, you know, it must be sad being a Hamlin fan. I mean, Denny Hamlin.
It must be sad being his pit crew, too. They're probably going to be out of jobs here pretty soon.
36 penalties this year.
Harris, our little Hamlin statistician right here.
I mean, Harris is depressed, and I would be if I was Harris, too, because, man, oh, man, was that just a heartbreaker for Denny Hamlin. For him to have probably the best car, win the first two stages, lose track position on pit road, slowly.
And that's all it took. He couldn't get it back. That just shows you can't pass.
He got a little back, on that last restart, but
that's because he's driving like a bat out of a hell.
He was to lose it to a guy driving like a dragon out of hell,
like somebody on a video game.
Exactly. I mean, what a turn! Because if you're Denny Hamlin after stage 2, you're thinking, "Whoa, all right, we're chilling right now."
Mm-hmm.
Like we're
just pulling away.
Didn't work out that way. What are our thoughts on Denny Hamlin? His search for a championship will take another year. Harris, this guy's.
I said
is Harris our stat guy now?
I said it last week. I was kind of hoping Hamlin would make the Final Four just so he can get his championship out of the way, so we'd all shut up about it. I mean, I think he's been in the sport long enough that I'm not going to go as far as saying he deserves it, but I feel like if he does get one, he's earned it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody deserves it until you earn it. So, it sucks. I couldn't stand Hamlin. But I feel like 2020 with it, it's just him and Harvick just fucking dominating it the whole year till the end there. I kind of gained a lot of respect for him and his crew chief. So I kind of pull for Hamlin sometimes when when Harvick's having some shit luck or shit races, whatever. But yeah, now I just don't. I've got my pick for next week, but that'll be for later. But now that Hamlin's out,
We're gonna have a lot of picks for next week, so.
oh yeah, it's a busy weekend.
It is really busy. This is going to be a busy episode. I don't like to go long, but I think this week is going to be a little long. So strap in, folks. The hot sauce is going to be with you all night, taking you to the toilet.
That's about what it is when you eat there.
I might eat there later and shit my brains out tonight.
Hey, I went to what's it called? Sonic.
Ooh, I got the video. Hold on. Matt, did you hear that yesterday?
Literally, all texted each other at the same time. Like, did you just hear him orgasm over
Rick
Sonic?
Allen moaning about Sonic.
Oh, I don't think
Did
I
you
heard
hear
it.
that, Matt? You
think I
didn't hear it?
Like Homer Simpson.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I just love him saying this. No!
That's like one of those stern daddy moments.
Yeah. But that actually came from the Xfinity race, which we don't talk a lot about Xfinity on this podcast, but
Here
this
lately,
week
we have.
We definitely
week-
need to.
we're going to talk about Xfinity a lot. Josh Berry, who locked himself in at Las Vegas, Noah Gragson, who locked himself in at Miami, Ty Gibbs, who was good on points and locks himself in with a win at Martinsville, and then Justin Allgaier makes it on points. After him and AJ Allmendinger have a really, really fun battle. They were going back and forth. They were duking it out. Yeah, it was really, really intense between those two. So that was fighting for the last spot, and then Allmendinger cut a tire. Wasn't mad at Allgaier because that was just the nature of the beast, how they were racing each other, and I really liked how, they looked at things and how that battle went. A battle that was kind of similar to that, but one guy did not keep within the lines there. Brandon Jones and Ty Gibbs battling for the win. Ty Gibbs, Brandon Jones teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing, as Noah Gragson said in his interview after the race.
Another hypocrite.
Listen, hey, yeah, Noah. I love Noah, but yeah, that was Ty's getting a pattern here, but Brandon Jones was in a must-win situation, Ty Gibbs' teammate, and coming into turn one on the last lap, Ty Gibbs just sends it in there and wrecks him flat out. No questions about it. He wrecked him. And the Martinsville crowd definitely showed who they had agreed with. Martinsville crowd
They're getting a little
very
rowdy.
They've been rowdy for a while now, though. I feel like it really started with
17?
15
What was that?
with Kenseth and Logano.
True. I forgot about that one.
Because, Rick Allen goes, caution's out and the crowd roars. But what are our thoughts on Ty Gibbs' move? I wouldn't even call it a move. I thought it was just flat out terrible. It doesn't take much talent to just run somebody over. But Ty Gibbs leaves Martinsville with the trophy.
Is that what matters?
It is what matters, but not going to make a
Teammates don't matter when you're racing for a win.
Yeah, but
if you let teammates win, that's not giving 100%.
We talked about this. If what Ty Gibbs on Saturday did was giving 100%, then I don't want anybody to give 100% because that was a ridiculous move.
But you sure loved it when Kenseth did it to Joey and when Bowman did it to Hamlin.
Different. What are you talking about?
No, it's not different. How's it different? Kenseth was 40 laps down and he wrecked Joey Logano. And he was all,
shit! 69 front is in here.
Y'all were like this.
Like hot photo. My sister wet. Oh my God, they're wet.
You mentioned Pornhub one time.
Yeah, seriously.
Or OnlyFans, my bad.
But are you serious right now?
Did you like it when Kenseth wrecked Joey?
Different. That's a totally different thing. That was a retaliatory move from getting wrecked for a win the week before. That wasn't a battle for the win.
2 weeks
was
before.
That's fine. Oh, semantics, whatever. There was nothing that Brandon Jones did to warrant what Ty Gibbs did to him. Joey Logano spun Matt Kenseth out for a win. Was it an overreaction? Yes. Did he get penalized for it? Yes. Alex Bowman and Denny Hamlin is also different because Alex Bowman didn't just send it in the corner and hit him in the rear end. He washed up in the corner, made contact with Denny unintentionally, and didn't just flat out wreck him. I mean, that's more similar than the Kenseth and Logano thing, but the Kenseth and Logano thing has no correlation to what we're talking about. I think Bowman, he wrecked Hamlin, but it was not as egregious as what Ty Gibbs did on Saturday.
Still got wrecked.
We
still cheered it. We still cheered it.
If there's one move we can compare that to, it's Denny and Chase in 2017. Because that was about the same thing, if I'm going to be honest.
For the win. I mean,
are you okay with that for the win, though? Do you want guys just flat out wrecking each other for the win?
I'll say this. Hamlin and Chase Elliott didn't start at 40 laps before that. Every time we had to restart, Brandon Jones opened the fucking door when he moved his team up out of the way. That's fine. You open the door to it. If you're willing to bump somebody out of the way to win the race, you better be prepared to get wrecked for this win. There's no difference in my opinion.
So Jones bumps him, Ty bumps him back. Jones bumps him. It was similar to the Allgaier Allmendinger thing.
They weren't bumping. They were literally door banging and cutting each other's tires.
Allmendinger, if Allgaier just sent it in the corner so hard that Allmendinger spun out, he would have been mad. But that's not how it went. They were bumping and banging, and somebody got their tire cut. There's a difference. Allmendinger had the right to be mad if he wanted to be, but he understood the situation.
It's just, I don't know. It's different. Older drivers, they don't care. I mean, they do care, but I guess they're more. Y'all keep forgetting that Ty Gibbs just turned 20. Kyle Busch done the same shit. And look how he's fucking mellowed out. Now you don't even hear his fucking name mentioned.
Yeah, 18 years later.
Well, fucking Kyle Busch was literally 19, 18 years old when he started too.
I know, and Ty Gibbs is going to fit right in with that 18 car.
Y'all, I'm just telling you, a lot of the Ty Gibbs hate is coming from his last name and the talent he's got.
Just because you're a Ty Gibbs fanboy over here.
I'm not a fanboy. I mean, I don't like him, but I don't hate him. I kind of just, it amazes me the shit he gets, and it ain't nothing. If he had a different last name, he would not be getting half the shit he's getting right now. If it wasn't for Kyle Busch leaving that team because he feels like he's been wronged, he would not be getting the shit he's getting right now. That's the truth. He would not be getting the shit he's getting if he didn't have the Gibbs last name.
I mean, that's debatable. I think his action on the track and his kind of just who he is as a person, I think he comes across as a little.
We celebrated shit like that 30 years ago when Dale Earnhardt did that shit to people.
Dale Earnhardt got booed at Bristol for doing that.
One fucking race. The next week, it was like Dale Earnhardt. It wasn't. Yes, it was. And let's be honest. It was because of who he spun. If he spun anybody else but fucking Terry Labonte, he would have got cheered. He spun the wrong fucking guy. Brandon Jones didn't have a fucking fan all year until this weekend when he got fucking spun. Now he's got a whole fucking fan base.
I tell you what, I love me some Dale, but he ain't going to spin Turry like that. He ain't going to spin Turry.
That's exactly what it was. Because Terry was the nice guy.
If
he spun Jimmy Spencer out, it would have been a different story.
That's fair. But I just think the Ty Gibbs move, it's good for the sport. It's good for entertainment, but I just think that Ty Gibbs is what we're going to need in the Cup Series. He needs to keep acting like this because he's going to bring entertainment.
I don't think he'll be doing that in Cup.
I think if he does that in Cup,
not in the first year anyway.
Right, I'm saying if he does that in Cup, he's going to be right in Ross Chastain territory, even a little bit worse.
Well, fuck!
And
Look
I
at
don't
what
think
Ross
nobody's
did.
done anything
We
to him.
booed him 4 weeks ago, but now everybody's fucking cheering and sucking his ass. I mean, all because he rode the fucking wall at Martinsville. Literally
Nobody's
4 weeks
done-
ago, everybody cheered when Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott tag teamed his ass. It was the best fucking thing ever. And now these fans are so wishy-washy. I mean, fuck, it's no wonder this country's so gullible. We really are. We are so gullible. We are so wishy-washy, flip-floppy rednecks. I mean,
Yeehaw!
might live in New York, and you too, Matt, but y'all some rednecks.
Me? What the hell are you talking about, redneck? I got a fucking Biden sticker on my
I knew that was
motherfucker.
coming. That don't mean shit. That just means you made a bad judgment. Hey, I'm from a state in Georgia that voted blue for the first fucking time and turned for Biden. So I'm pretty sure that don't mean shit right now because they're probably all going to vote red this next election. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people are happy right now, but we're not a political show.
we said that last week and the week before. So.
Yeah, maybe we are.
No, we
Maybe
just bring
we
it
are.
up and then we leave it alone. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we even talking about? Matt,
Ty
say
Gibbs.
what you want about Ty Gibbs.
I think the move was kind of stupid just because of who it happened to, from the way that Brandon Jones had a chance to win his way into the playoffs, and it is your teammate. I feel like if Elliott was the one who turned Larson in that situation, like say both of them are in the playoffs and it's Larson who has to win, I feel like people would be freaking out then too.
No, they wouldn't. Not with their history.
I think people would have been free. Yeah.
The Larson fans, yeah, but the Chase Elliott fans would have fucking loved it.
Yeah,
Mike, come on, be honest.
I think I wouldn't mind if Chase Elliott spun Larson out.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
But that's different. I don't think Brandon Jones and Ty Gibbs have had issues.
Right. It is a little. It is.
Let's just say like if Logano spins Blaney for the win.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, people would hate that too.
Not really. It's Joey, and Blaney's the little NASCAR pretty boy, so
No, I'm
they
saying
would
if
love
Logano
it.
I said if Logano spun Blaney
The other way around.
I'd hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say Blaney spun Logano for a win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of iffy on it because it is bad to blatantly turn somebody like that. But I've always said, like, if it's the final lap of a race, I feel like you shouldn't just settle for second place, even if your teammate's gonna win. But there's a way. I think there's a line there that you can't cross as well. And I think if there is a line there, that he definitely crossed.
Oh, I mean, he overstepped it. I don't think he done it on purpose. I think he just drove in too deep, trying to get to his fucking bumper because he wasn't close enough to lightly tap it like they had been doing. He got away from him because he was racing. I mean, his hood fucking buckled, and we know he drove it in there.
Yeah, he hit him hard.
He drove over his head.
Yeah.
I will say that. But like I said, a win's a win. I mean,
yeah, I don't disagree from that part. Like I said, I don't want to see somebody.
Trophy's a trophy.
I don't want to see two guys battle first and second, and then the person in second. Yeah, I don't want to see two dudes battle, and then like the second dude just lay off, just that way the first dude wins.
I love dudes.
Especially a teammate.
Right.
Team dudes.
I don't think there'd been such a shit show about it if it wanted being his teammate. I mean, everybody bitch, why would they be? And it makes sense. It does. Why would you want 3 JRM cars against one when you could have had 2 and 2? Fuck, maybe he thinks Brandon Jones going to win next weekend. Maybe he thinks he's got the best fucking car. If Brandon Jones wins that race next week and Ty Gibbs finishes second, Ty Gibbs made the right fucking call. He's got himself a championship.
Yeah,
Brandon Jones doesn't.
Think about it. Who would you rather have in the Final Four? Brandon Jones or Justin Allgaier at Phoenix?
I don't think Justin Allgaier's got the fucking speed. I think Brandon Jones would have the speed over Justin Allgaier.
Justin Allgaier's really good at Phoenix.
I mean, he's going to be good this weekend. Because let's just be honest here. All the shit's probably going to go to Noah or that Barry kid.
Josh Bear. That's the second coming of Jesus right there.
That's
Third coming behind Matt.
Second, third coming to Jesus. He's Jesus on earth, baby. I'll tell you what, Josh Barrett, we're going to see him on Sunday nights real soon, baby. Josh Barrett, he's going to race in the Cup Series soon, I'll tell you what.
Isn't he like 32?
Yeah,
For
he's
real?
old.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that old.
Very
So,
late
like,
start.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Took him a while to get off of Dale's coattails onto his
Thought
fucking
you was going
cock.
somewhere else with that one too.
But yeah, so the final four is set. Allgaier, Barry, Gregson, and Gibbs. I thought the Xfinity race was awesome. I don't know who else watched
It's
it.
got
in
fucking better
entirety.
passing than the Cup race did.
It does. I think Tegan and I definitely were texting through it. I was pretty entertained by that. That Allmendinger Allgaier battle was really, really awesome.
It was.
So Cup Final Four, we didn't even really say who's in it. You know, Logano, of course, Matt's guy, Matt's dude, some might say. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, and Ross Chastain. Sorry,
What is Bradley talking about?
Bradley met Josh Berry this week.
Did he come to get in the bag?
He did. I mean, Bradley's bag must have been huge this year.
And on a
Tegan
rolling
and I
cart.
can attest to this because how many different die-casts did he send us that were signed?
Dude, I was trying to sleep that night. He was sending those. I was trying to watch Halloween movies, and the phone just going bing, 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 and it's all autographs. I'm thinking, this dude didn't take a fucking book bag. He took or a duffel bag. He took a body bag for his fucking diecast, and he probably took. Doug Jr.'s probably. Has anybody heard from him lately? Because he might be in Bradley's house
Dale.
right now in West Virginia. Dale, have you ever been to West Virginia? Because you about to, son.
Bradley actually pulled a really good joke here. So he said Ty Gibbs probably likes Josh Berry, and he's the second coming of Jesus. That's pretty funny.
I will say this. I think that
Thanks,
was took
Bradley.
out of context big time.
That dumb shit that he said?
It's dumb he said it, but everybody's twisting the words. He
Brian
didn't
and
say
Matt,
that
have you
I'm
ever
better
said
than Jesus. The
on
Beatles
Sirius
done that
XM?
shit back in the 60s. They actually said, we're bigger than Jesus. Now that deserved some fucking flack. But Ty Gibbs just said Jesus was hated, so I guess I can be too. But people twisted like, did he just say he was Jesus? Oh my God. He just said he was better than Jesus. I mean, fucking get real, people. It's it's your name. It's all about what your name is. If fucking Matty D said that, they'd be all, it's so nice having a Christian guy in the sport. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Well, Matty D does it. It's fine.
Cup Series.
Matty D
Let's go Brandon himself right out of the Cup Series.
Yeah, right along with Brandon Jones. not Brandon Jones. Shit. What is his fucking name?
Brandon Brown.
Yeah, Brandon Brown. Now he's not even fucking in a car. His fucking dad owns that car and he's not in it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's I fucking tell you?
That's wild. So to those who don't know, Ty Gibbs on an interview with Claire B. Lang on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio was asked about like how does he deal with the booze, and he said, one of my favorite verses is Jesus was hated at first and by all people, and I'm like, all right, guy, like, come on.
I mean, he is super religious. I mean, we know Joe Gibbs is, so I can understand him being that way. I hope and wish to God that he tones it down like big time. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but I know the race is on. He's on Saturday. Don't get religious till Sunday. Save it till the end, big boy or little boy, whatever.
Here's what the reaction is like. I gotta wake up on a Sunday morning when I got my Sunday's best on. I just made a little breakfast. I'd head to the church, see my favorite pastor, Willie. And you've been telling me this little kid's comparing himself to Jesus? You've got to be kidding me. I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing I done ever seen. I'm going to church this morning. And I'm
going to pray for him.
Type of blast. I'm going to pray for him this morning. I'm going to light a candle for him because I don't think he's making out of Martinsville. I'll tell you what.
Can we get the cat out of the bag too for Xfinity?
Let's unbag the cat.
Bradley, what's in the bag?
We forgot to talk about Snyder getting his ass rocked.
Myatt Snyder got obliterated. By
And NASCAR didn't see it till 30 minutes before yesterday's race. They wasn't aware of it till NBC pulled it out of their ass and be like, "Hey, NASCAR, did you see this?"
Yeah.
I mean, no, but we'll take care of it.
Leveled him.
Yeah, Austin Hill's a decent Xfinity driver, but you can make the case that man is in the wrong sport. He's got a home in MMA.
And he's in the wrong here, too.
Yo.
That man's right hand is something special.
Huge. That of Tai Tuivasa out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
not nearly as big, but
he's big though.
But
Myatt Snyder went flying. Like as soon as the punch flown, you just see Snyder go that way. He basically, as soon as he got hit, he was basically down on the ground.
I'm like fucking smoking a bandit. I'd have got up after I got my ass knocked out like that, and I'd have slashed his fucking tires out there in his motorhome. Where the fuck he's driving home that day. Because they all race Martinsville, they all drive home because they're so close. I just slid every fucking tire he had.
Yeah. I mean, that was wild. I don't even know what transpired to start that.
Okay. They went back to one of the cautions. Austin Hill caused it, I think. He literally drove 20 cars deep after he got put in the back because he had to pit for a flat tire on one of the cautions. And just flat out wrecked Myatt Snyder. I think Myatt Snyder probably just went up there to talk, and maybe he called his mom fat, a bitch, or something. I don't know. But, I mean, to knock somebody out like that when NASCAR will let you kind of scuffle, but they don't, for some reason, I don't know why. They don't like punches being thrown. I don't know. Maybe they're afraid it's going to mess up all the pretty boys' faces, or maybe their insurance can't afford it. Hell, I'm worried about their teeth, but I don't give a fuck about their concussion. Don't break his teeth.
Oh man, but yeah, that was a haymaker from Austin Hill. You gotta love what Martinsville brings out of these guys, though. I mean, it's something. I'll tell you that. So Bradley, who was at the track, he attended a Q&A with Kurt Busch, and he got us a little news.
Ooh. In the bag.
I have this still.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
So Bradley claims, I mean, not a claim. I mean, he heard Kurt Busch say this, that Kurt Busch says he's fine with his concussion symptoms until his heart rate gets to a level where he would be in the car. And that's when they start to flare up again. And he also said that Kurt Busch has a meeting with Fox Sports in California in December. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
We
Bradley.
still need somebody next year to replay, to be a permanent.
And Kurt was really, really good in the truck booth whenever he did it 2 years back. So I think Kurt Busch could be a guy for that.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind that. I'd be you think he would do that and also be like, have a big influence with 23.
Ryan, your thing's going. Yeah.
With a 2311 Racing still?
Yes.
Think he'd be able to
I would say both.
That out?
You can do both, Jeff.
Jeff done it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that would be pretty cool. Well, because like you said, for some of the truck races, he was really good. So I would definitely like to see Kurt Busch in the booth, and then I think December 1st. And then
Ryan, your mic's going again.
And then having Busch be the role model for 2311 Racing. I feel like that would be a good thing for them.
Role model, that's fun. Ryan's
Bubba
going.
and Reddick.
I got to switch the camera now. This is uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a mentor, just a coach of some kind. I assume Ryan's done. His mic was not.
I think his stuff was dying. They do that when they die. So he didn't have him charged. So
yeah, Kurt Busch in the booth would be fun. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think it'd just be good to keep him in the sport somehow because I think NASCAR.
He's been in the truck series like every weekend, so I don't think he's going to go meet Fox Sports just so he can stay in the truck series. I don't think that would require that.
Exactly.
So it's either got to be maybe they're going to put him full time in the Cup. Although I kind of like the revolving door that we had this year. So maybe he's going to be like the majority of them. Maybe I still like to see some gas come in.
Or maybe they just put Clint not in the booth.
Or maybe Kurt's going to work race hub, and the pre-racing shit like that. Because I feel like Kurt wants to be on the pit box during the race on Sunday. So maybe he does like a little pre-race thing, and then he goes sit on the pit box for the actual race.
Yeah.
I think that would be actually quite.
That's fair.
I think that'd be a nice fucking job.
I'll be honest. I think that we should put Clint Boyer in a role
like Rutledge, them two together, and Kyle Petty. Well, Kyle Petty works for the opposite.
Rutledge works for NBC as well, but we haven't seen him in. I don't know where Rutledge has been.
I think he's still stuck at the bar in Nashville. At that where he was at, or maybe he's still at the pool hall.
He only showed up at like Tootsie's and like
maybe waiting for Chase Elliot's next win so he can ring the bell.
Is he gonna be at the pool room this week? Interviewed a bunch of Hicksy.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Anybody gonna try the Chase Elliott chicken tenders at Hooters?
Chase Elliott chicken.
Yeah, you can.
I think Chase
like
Elliott made them himself.
They're a DoorDash special.
Hey, let's ask Sal. Sal, I know you're wearing your Chase Elliott underwear. Are you gonna go try his chicken tendies? Is the old ball and chain gonna let you go try the tendies? I'm sure they're only $5. They're cheaper than the underwear.
They are probably cheaper than the underwear. I might try them. I don't know if Hooters delivers to me though from where I am.
They're probably just normal chicken tenders, right? Just getting branded by Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott, yes.
Yeah. Maybe they brand a 9 on it.
Somebody as stupid as me is going to buy them.
Exactly. Like stupid as Sal going buying his underwear.
Yeah.
I love you, Sal.
I'm proudly stupid.
Hey, that's how they make their money. We got to support it, right?
We do. I love Chase Elliott. I love NASCAR. And if I got to eat a few chicken tenders to do it, I mean, I will. I'm a Yankee fan. I spent about $25 on a chicken tender bucket at Yankee Stadium this year, and I really hope that goes to re-signing Aaron Judge this offseason.
We're paying their damn salary, damn it.
I bought 2 chicken buckets this year. I got a chicken bucket, and I got a souvenir cup, and they said $31, and I was like, oh, my God. And that better go to Aaron Judge.
I got chicken tenders, a cheese fry, and a large Mountain Dew at Yankee Stadium. During the
50?
ALDS.
Like $50?
Yeah, that was a lot more money than I thought I was going to spend in the concession stand.
Yeah. Cheap food. See?
Yeah.
Judge better get paid or I'm on my way to New York. Listen, Harris, you didn't buy your fair share of chicken buckets this year like I did.
I will say while we're on the subject, I have told multiple people that I think if Judge does not re-sign with the Yankees are going to be playing their games at Citi Field because Yankee Stadium is going to be no more if he signs somewhere else. I think
that's one of the most ridiculous things.
I think
stop.
No,
stop talking.
I'm not saying he's signing with the Mets. I'm saying the Yankees are going to have a new home stadium if he doesn't sign, and the next closest place to play is Citi Field because I think people would burn down Yankee Stadium. I don't think he's going to go to the Mets. I think if he leaves the Yankees, he's going to the San Francisco Giants.
I agree with you on that. So we're going to talk about a little bit about the CFRL Final Four. Yours truly, the hot sauce. We're going to talk about the race. Had a fun race at California. Matt didn't show up. I was waiting. I was hoping he'd be there. He wasn't.
He could have been the deciding factor, bitch.
I don't know why you weren't there. I was pretty disappointed, to be honest. Made me sad, actually. I cried before the race. You can ask Tegan.
He did. I did so well. Probably all the emotion. That fucking Matt. That fucking Matt.
He didn't show up tonight.
He's like Crybaby. We had to tattoo a tear right there.
So it was down to Kamal, Predator, and I for the final spot. Kamal had a fast car.
Heartbreak.
Was about to win stage 1.
Literally on the straightaway.
In the middle of turn 3 and 4, he disappears, lags out. That gives Predator the stage win. I finished 3rd in the stage. That means that Predator and I are tied in points heading into the final stage, which was a pretty cool thing. That just meant whichever one of us finished.
And I told Ryan before we started that was a perfect scenario just to make it interesting. And boy, I raced Mike like a bitch that he is. I made sure he finished. But Predator was going to gain at least 2 points, but he ended up gaining 3, and I'm like, oh shit. maybe I should have let Mike go, but no, I couldn't do that to my boy Pred. I had to give him a fighting chance. He's an old teammate.
He is. I'm an old team owner.
Fuck you, bitch. You left halfway through the season and took the drivers with you. Like, we had a 4-car, and then Mike leaves, and I'm there by myself. I'm like, can I take the 4? Austin's like, I don't give a fuck.
You won a championship, though.
I did. I won like in 3 different fucking cars that year, too.
Or you 1, 10,
10, and 4.
Yeah. So there's that. And then Pred was running well, and then he got up into the wall, and that really kind of ended his chances. I finished second. He finished third. So the final 4 will be Tegan, Bradley, JB, and myself. Smart money is way on Tegan here. He is about -1, like 1,500 to win the championship. But
you put money on me, you losing money.
Exactly. Like you're
gonna be paying the house.
Yeah. Matt, what are your thoughts? You're an outside perspective on this. What do you think?
This is the final 4 that I predicted, so I kind of make myself seem smart. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. But I'm not really a smart guy, so I'm going to go against Tegan here, even though I think Tegan is going to win.
He's hoping for a buckery race. This is what he's hoping for.
Yeah. This could be exciting. I might be in the press box for this one. That might be something that we do for this race.
Rumors.
But I'm gonna go with Bradley as the winner of this race
and championship. Who, by the way, better be glad he won Bristol, because he was only 2 points to the good. Even with his win, if you take the win away, he'd actually be out by 4. So Bradley kind of stepped up last week.
I do think Tegan and Durrell, rightfully so, is definitely your huge favorite going into this race. But I'm going to go against the popular opinion. I'm going to go with Bradley.
Give me your thoughts on all the final 4 people, Matt. Like, what do you think? Give me a reason why.
I think Tegan is pretty self-explanatory. This man's won about 100 races in a 20 race season at this point. That's what it seems like. Mike's shown good. You've shown good speed here the past few weeks, and you're coming off a second place finish, so the confidence has got to be pretty high. The last race Bradley was in, he won, so that's got to help him. And then JB's been really consistent all year, and so all it could take is just one mishap between 3 other drivers, or even if he's just like right there, right behind them, force a little pressure. I could certainly see him winning as well.
He's a dirty little bitch. Okay. So Bradley's been in this league for a while. You've been in it longer, but considering you took a couple of breaks every couple times. Bradley deserves the title of being the Kurt Busch or Kevin Harvick of the league. Let's see, Mike. Yeah, he's been fast. How many second place finishes do you have this year?
I have 5.
And JB has 9, so that goes into JB. JB's a sneaky little fuck. That motherfucker I've raced with in another league. He's got a bad fucking habit of riding around all year, whining and bitching about his car not running good during the race. Then he gets down to the championship race with 3 wins to my fucking 15, and then fucking just pulls it out of his ass. He's done it 2 years in a fucking row. So I would not be surprised if JB wins it this weekend at all.
Could he be the kryptonite to Tegan?
I think he could be. And fucking KLW's so funny, smart ass brought that up like 20 weeks ago when JB joined the league. He's like, I remember the stream. I think I screen recorded it, and I remember him saying, "Well, Tegan can be beat. JB's knocked his dick in the dirt a few times." I'm like, this motherfucker. I mean, he ain't wrong, but he's a motherfucker. So I may have to find that, because I'm pretty sure I sent that to Michael and Bradley. So
I remember that. Yeah.
So that's good. JB's a dark horse in my opinion. If it's going to be somebody, it's going to be fucking JB pulling it out of his ass.
Yeah, I think I can see, of course, I think Tegan is going to win. I think all these guys have a chance. I mean, I think this might be the strongest Final Four field that there's been. Maybe.
I don't know. 2 years ago, we had B, Bradley, Kamal, and Neff. And that was a pretty strong. We were literally all drafting together, trying to save gas there at the end. So
yeah,
that was. I bet my heart rate was up, and I was probably a little dizzy in that race too. So
that's a strong field as well. Because you look at you, I mean, of course, your resume speaks for itself. Bradley has been strong all year. He's just been so close so many times, and he's never won a mile and a half track. So for him to get on the board here and get his first mile and a half win, he'd do it in style by winning a championship. JB, as we've said, it can be your kryptonite, and myself, I think that I've been maybe the second best driver on.
You've been a thorn in my side, that's for damn sure.
On like these kind of mile and a half.
We always seem to meet up
around you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like a bad fart smell.
I haven't pulled one off with you yet, but I feel like I'm putting myself in a position where I'm able to. Like Kentucky, I
took a mistake.
Yeah. That's what I think it's going to take for me to have a chance. I'm good at Homestead, I think. I don't know. I did well in the Xfinity Series last year. So we'll see. Tegan's gonna win though. Congratulations.
Oh, you just jinxed me, you motherfucker.
I'm happy about that then.
I know what you're fucking doing.
What? I think you're gonna win.
Y'all are trying to get me overconfident here, so that I go in this race with a big set of balls like Chastain. Did anybody else see that video? I sent it to you. When Suarez was walking up to him to give him a hug and congratulate, he literally unzipped his fucking zipper and had his man in there shaking his cod. And somebody was recording it.
Yeah, I saw that.
PR. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny as fuck. I mean, it's weird, but it's funny as hell. And then he just gets it out and hugs Suarez. Here, smell my ball sack, dude.
So we're gonna go through our Final Four predictions in a minute, but we talk a lot about this year has had so much uncertainty, so many new winners, and we talk about this format giving the opportunity for maybe guys that don't deserve to be in the Final Four chances to be in, and it also gives chances for guys that deserve to be in the Final Four to be out of it. But when it turns out this year's Final Four are the top 4 in average finish this season. So that's an interesting stat. And you look at the two guys that have been the best drivers all year, you'd probably say Chase and Joey Logano, and they've actually kind of been under the radar coming into this championship race.
I think Joey's been the best, not with Chase. I think it's been Chase
second
and
best.
Hamlin.
Chase, that's fair. I can agree with that.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even so as far as put Joey above Christopher Bell. I think Joey Logano is treating this like it did a few years ago when it was the big 3. I think he's really an underdog. But I will say this. I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to win.
Whoa.
What? Did I go too
quick?
Save
it. Say it again in like 10 minutes. Oh, man, I'm getting over a cold still. So I'll be honest, I have to look at my phone to remember the Truck Final Four. It's Zane Smith, Chandler Smith, Ben Rhodes, and Ty Majeski. Yeah. So we'll go Tegan, Matt, then myself. I'll go first. I think Chandler Smith is going to win the championship. So who do you guys got?
I'm going to go with Ben Rhodes again.
Back to back, okay.
I'm going to go with Ty Majeski. That name sounds
He's hot
cool.
right now.
That name sounds pretty cool, so that's why I'm going with him. I don't watch much of the Truck Series, to be honest, just because a lot of it is on Friday night, and with me doing the announcing, I'm out by the time the race is over, so I don't really watch too much of Truck. But Ty Majeski just sounds like a zinging kind of name. That's my stat for that race.
Sounds like a name of a beer or a drink in a bar.
Hey, can I have one of those Ty Majeskis?
Yes.
Let me get one of them Ty Majeskis. So that's our picks. I picked Chandler Smith just because I think he's been the better of the guys in there. I think Toyota And then KBM wants to go out on a high note with Toyota. I think Chandler Smith is probably the best driver out of the four. Him or Zane Smith.
I think Zane Smith's a really underdog in this sport right now.
Yeah, he is, and I think that he's probably
Smith is
Ford's
too.
biggest prospect right now. Smith and Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a Friday night race?
Yes.
That's what I figured.
So we'll go to the Xfinity Series, the Final Four. Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier. My pick is Noah Gragson to win the championship. I think that he's just been so strong all year. I believe he won at Phoenix earlier in the year. All signs lead to Noah Gragson winning the championship. So that's my guy. Go Noah.
I've been sticking up for him, so it would make no sense if I didn't go with Ty Gibbs. I think if we get long runs, it's Ty Gibbs. If we get a bunch of short runs and restarts, Ty Gibbs probably gets wrecked. But I'm going with Ty Gibbs.
I'm gonna go with Noah. I think it's his to definitely lose.
Josh Berry. Jesus didn't want to go with Jesus.
It would be fun to see Josh Berry win just because of that reason. That would be pretty fun. But I gotta go with Noah. He's been on fire this whole entire year, and I think if it comes down to one race, he's gonna show a little bit more talent than everybody else. So I'm gonna go with Noah.
That's fair. I think Noah's been the best all season. I also think Ty Gibbs could have a little retaliatory event coming to him this week.
I don't think it will. I don't think Brandon Jones' motor is going to be up to snuff this weekend.
I think then he's going to wait on him.
I think it's going to blow.
On lap one?
It's going to be Kyle Busch went 4 laps down in the first stage. It's going to happen at Phoenix with Brandon Jones. So
you got a point.
That motherfucker's going to have a button attached to it, and Joe Gibbs is going to be ready, sitting there, ready to push it.
And then we have the Cup Series Final Four. Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano. And I'm going to stick with my pick, Chase Elliott. I've said it since the first. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? If I wasn't a Chase Elliott fan and I didn't pick him before the playoffs,
I'd be ashamed.
I'd pick Christopher Bell, actually. That's on my like I don't know, because I actually have a case for all 4 of these guys winning.
I think you can legit make a case for any of the 4.
Well,
that's it.
If you let Ross Chastain ride the fucking wall, yeah, he can win it.
Yeah,
and it can be done at Phoenix. I think
it probably could be. Yeah,
the flat
definitely
corner can
1 and 2. Yeah.
1 and 2. So I'm gonna, now that you mentioned Bell, I feel like Bell's used up his luck. So I still gotta go with Joey, but I think Ross Chastain's gonna be a thorn in the side. I think he's gonna get his ass rocked this weekend, and it might be Joey. Joey's been a little quiet here lately when it comes to, except for Byron, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Joey, and I'm gonna go with somebody rocking Chastain's eyeball straight finally.
You think Denny gets him back?
I wish he would, because he owes him more than one.
Yeah.
I mean, he did get him at Pocono, but I feel like the score is not even.
No.
So I kind of hope, I don't think he goes out there and flat out fucking wrecks him, because I think he'll get parked. But, I mean, we've seen it at Phoenix with Hamlin and Elliott. All you got to do is with this car, though, the car takes it.
That's not going to make a difference.
All you got to do is knock him hard enough to break the fucking toe link. All
Yeah.
you got to do is break his fucking toe link, and he's laps down. Or he may not even be able to fucking fix it in 10 minutes. That's all you got to do. And then that's going to make, as Denny Hamlin, that would make me feel better what happened in Martinsville. I think Denny Hamlin, in his interview last week, I think he kept his mouth shut. What he really wanted to say, but I think he's going to show it this weekend.
Well, it'll be tough, Matt. I wonder who you got.
So I know I've been really high on the whole Joey Logano bandwagon thing here.
Are you? Is
it because I took him? Do you want me to give it to you?
But no, I'm just kidding. I can't even.
You're gonna take Bell, ain't you?
I can't even make an argument on why I would take anybody else. I gotta take Joey Logano.
There we go.
Oh, there he goes. Suckered us right into that bullshit.
Good job, Matt.
I gotta take Joey. He's had a good history here at Phoenix. Obviously, he's won the race overall before to win the championship.
That was
and
at
he's been-
Homestead, though.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Sure. But he does run good at Phoenix. And
He does.
And what I said,
he does do well at Phoenix. Yep.
I don't think he's run good at Phoenix, just like Harvick hasn't since they started doing this damn PJ1 shit. But it was reported today that they're not putting that down in 1 and 2, I think. And I'm confused because I had it right earlier.
It's confusing.
They're not putting it in 1 and 2, but they're going to put it in 3 and 4. But they're going to move it up 3 to 4 feet higher than what it normally is. So I think the old Phoenix is coming back this weekend, unless it's just fucking stained from years and years and years of PJ1, like Texas is.
I think Phoenix is dead.
I don't know. If they get rid of this PJ1, Phoenix is still a good race. They gotta quit fucking putting chemicals on these fucking tracks. It's killed Texas and it's killing Phoenix.
I think Phoenix is it's a decent track. I
And
just don't
Martinsville's
think
next.
it's a championship race.
Oh, it's not a championship race. I agree with you there. But it's just NASCAR is so backwards. Phoenix never did put on a bad race, and then they started putting this fucking PJ shit down for some reason. And it's only I'm gonna be conceited here. I feel like they done it because Harvick was fucking winning there too much. That's just what I think. That's just what I think. They don't like it. They did not want another fucking Jimmy Johnson Dover situation. So like, well, let's change the fucking. Let's put the start finish line over here, and we'll put PJ1 over here, and that'll just completely fuck them. And now people do good in that race. They didn't do good in that race in the beginning before they put that shit down. So they gotta get rid of that chemical. It should be. They need to be a shortage of it. That's one thing that they need to quit making. Find something else to make.
Where do we think the championship race should be?
Vegas or Homestead.
I think it should be alternated, but I think you should have a decent level of competition at the track. And Vegas would be a decent one.
It should not be the same place every year.
Yeah, you think it should be?
I'd even go say maybe 2 years, but not every. No, fuck no. We don't want it in Martinsville because if they don't make a fucking rule, somebody's gonna win the championship. Fucking wall riding that bastard.
I think Martinsville would be cool.
If it was, if you
with this car, that's a shit show.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, they could figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully if they figure it out, because I feel
Martinsville or Bristol.
I'm with Las Vegas.
If they move it around, I'm fine with either of those.
I don't think NASCAR wants a short track though, deciding the championship.
Because
you get late restarts, you know somebody's getting wrecked.
Yeah. But that could happen. It could happen at Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, it can happen anywhere. I mean, it happened at Homestead a couple years ago with Joey and Edwards. So
yeah, I'd say move it to New Hampshire.
Fuck. You gotta be joking. I know you gotta be joking. Hell, let's move it to fucking Pocono.
I want to see it.
I'll say Pocono was actually
New Hampshire,
race this year.
New Hampshire and Pocono were way better races than Phoenix was earlier this year.
I don't even remember what happened at Phoenix earlier this year, to be honest. I just remember Briscoe winning
wins.
and Harvick was up there with him when he did it. So
yeah. I don't know if New Hampshire was like as good as because it was good in person. I thought it was. I don't know what you guys thought on TV, but
most races are good in person because you don't see everything that you see the broadcast showing. Like literally this weekend, broadcast only mentioned Harvick once because he got hit by Brad Keselowski, but got turned into the wall. They never did mention Kyle Busch until he went 4 laps down, and then you didn't hear a fucking word about him the rest of the fucking race. Yeah. So it was most of the front show.
We got a text from Bradley like, "Hey, what's wrong with
Kyle Busch?" And we were just like, he's just slow.
Yeah.
Come to find out, half his fucking tire was wore out for like the whole run.
Crazy. Yeah.
They done something to that fucking car that didn't make it good. They must Joe Gibbs must be experimenting with that car right now because it's sure in the fuck what. I think I read somewhere that Kyle Busch didn't even get on the radio that whole run and tell what was going on. That's how pissed he was.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm telling you right now, if Reddick's out of that car this weekend, if I'm Kyle Busch, I'm begging Joe Gibbs to let me out a week early.
Yeah. Let me.
But I don't think he wins Phoenix either. I don't think he's going to get that little last race win for Joe Gibbs or for his team before he leaves. I just don't think it's going to happen.
No.
Especially with Bell in it.
No, definitely. The focus will not be on Kyle Busch at all.
Could you imagine if Kyle Busch though leaves, like that happens where Reddick doesn't race and he just jumps in the 8 and just wins? That would be hilarious.
I would call it beginner's luck because I don't think he's going to come right out win next year either in that car. I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I do think it's going to take a while, but I think he'll get a win next year to at least make the playoffs. But that would be funny. That would be hilarious.
I mean, Reddick can do it. Surely Kyle can.
Yeah, I mean, I think Reddick's actually maybe better than Kyle.
I think he's more talented than people give him credit for. Because somebody said that this week. If Reddick can do it, I know Kyle can. I'm like, I think you're not giving Reddick enough credit here on his talent.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why Denny Hamlin went after his ass.
As hard as he did. Like, Denny signed him a year and a half in advance. Turned out
and then gets him a year early.
Yeah. So.
Maybe he gets him a year early.
He will.
No, I'm talking about maybe. I mean, we don't know. He's still being evaluated.
True.
He's not got his shit right, too.
Yeah.
If he's out next year for a few races because of the concussion,
that's
you
scary,
got 23XI's got to have the worst fucking jinx on them right now.
They do. They're like a revolving door. They get guys concussed, suspended. I mean, wild.
Booed.
So let's make our picks for the Phoenix race. Do we think that the champion wins the race? Because I'll be honest, I think that if there's a year where the champion is not going to win the race, it's going to be this year.
It's going to happen eventually.
It does have to happen at some point, and I think that the teams don't have the wiggle room that they might have had in years past with the old car to push the limit.
Souping them up.
Yeah. So I don't even know who I'm going to pick, though.
Chase Briscoe? That would suck.
Because I don't know, because the guys I'm looking at to pick are guys that have teammates in the Final Four.
Mine don't.
I know. You got Chase Briscoe or you got Harvick?
I got Harvick just because the PJ one's getting took out of turn 1 and 2.
I'm surprised.
And Rodney's back.
Rodney is back.
He ain't got a crew chief from home, even though he said he could do it every week. That's how fucking easy that job got.
I'm going to get a little wild here, fellas.
Cody Ware.
Brad Keselowski.
Oh.
Well, you know he's got a chip on his shoulder. He just had his second top 5 took away.
Yeah. And he got DQ'd for not meeting minimum
Which,
weight.
by the way, if Ross hadn't done what he did, that would actually have put Ross in the championship Final Four, and would have put Denny out. I don't know if you knew that or not. Because he loses his stage points, and he outscored Ross Chastain, but not Denny Hamlin. He would have got an extra 2 points. He would have had the tiebreaker with 2 second-place finishes over Denny.
Wow.
So if Ross hadn't done what he did, Ross would still be in the Final Four just because of Brad being DQ'd.
That's big. Matt, do you think that – so you are set that Harvick's going to win. I'm saying Brad Keselowski. Matt, do you think that the winner is going to be in the Championship 4 or a non-Final Four driver?
I think it's going to be the Final Four. I do think it's going to be Ryan Blaney.
All because we went with Fords.
That is my prediction. I do think I was going to pick Blaney even if he made it to the Final Four.
So we break the record.
So I wouldn't have if Blaney was in this, I honestly would probably hop off the Logano train, to be honest. I'd pick Blaney just because that's my driver. But I do think Blaney's going to win, and I think Logano will finish third, and Logano is going to win the championship from a third place.
He's going to finish second.
I'm going to go oddball. I'm going to go
Cody Ware.
Chris Buescher.
We all
I'm going to say we're going to have a Ford top 3.
Big Ford day out here on the pod. Oh, baby, yeah.
Hot sauce that bitch.
That was awesome. Hottest guy in the league, baby. You know it. Hotter than Matt.
That's false.
Put the mask back on. I bet he'll be hotter.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we covered bases.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, we might have some streaming or broadcasting this weekend, so at least for the Cup race.
Programming update. Looks like we're gonna have somebody to maybe broadcast the Cup Championship race. Not sure exactly who the group is going to be doing it yet, but looking likely that we'll have a stream, which will be nice. I'd like my crowning moment to be recorded. Kidding. Tegan's third.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we ain't had one the last 2 years, so that kind of sucks.
I did one last year.
Did you do it last year? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish somebody had done 2020 because that was like a really good race because we had so many. We were all up there with like 5 to go racing for it, trying to save gas and shit. But you were pissed off at the time.
I don't know. I was like in the process of coming back then.
You should have made it quicker.
I mean, I actually offered to do it, but they told me no.
Well, fuck you, Austin.
Oh man, full circle, right? But it'll be fun. We're excited for it. Matt is looking very, very creepy down there.
I think Matt's like unconscious right now.
I think Matt's asleep. But this music, if you're not already asleep,
this one would do it.
Put you to sleep. Yeah.
Soft core.
Matt is really creepy right now. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Hopefully this was a good one. We're going to try to make this the most viewed one, so be a friend, tell a friend. Let your friends know. Watch this one. We have a lot of viewers throughout. Let your mama know. Let your mamas know. Let everybody know. So thank you for watching.
I think he's playing with his skirt.
See you later, everybody.